Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome. It's Hard Facts 90.3 Nigeria in Field here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 14 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and the conversation begins at this time. Thanks for joining. I hope you had a fine week so far. It's the Friday edition of the show. Officially kickstarting the weekend. It's a great feeling. I like the weekends, like the Fridays especially, and the Friday edition of Hard Facts. Welcome once again. And I hope you're not traumatized by all the negative news happening to the country, making the rounds just about everywhere. You know, it's almost like there is a determined effort to just make bad things happen. You know, when you think you've heard the worst, someone just manages to blow your mind, literally blow your mind. Well. Endeavor to have as good a time as possible this weekend. It's very important. Good for your mental health. Good for your mental health. Don't carry Nigeria's problems in your head. It's okay to carry it on your head, but put it down sometimes. Put it down sometimes. Do something else, and then you can lift it back again some other time. So, welcome once again. From now till 7, we keep the conversation going. It's Hard Fact Time Dial. A few matters we're going to be discussing today, absolutely. So I've got side comments coming up in a moment. Random stories, random thoughts of one of those, which will not be discussed now, until later on during the open season segment. That comes up after the major news at 6. And still, the suspension on the rant subsists. No rant today. I shall be discussing whatever latest updates there are regarding the situation with the kidnapped Greenfield University students. We'll look at that till 4 p.m. 4 features business news, and after that, well, guess what? NGF wants petrol prices to go up. Yeah, absolutely. They want petrol prices to go up. Absolutely. So, NGF, by the way, just in case you didn't know, it's a Nigeria Governors Forum. They want the price of petrol to go up. What's that story? I've got a story here on that. Anyways, we'll be discussing that matter on the show today. I'll get your take on that. For the life of me, I can't find that story right now, but I believe I do have something else open somewhere here. Oh, okay. Well, federal government, in this story from the Vanguard, petrol, no price increase in June. That's according to federal government. Well, despite pressure from... just a moment. I'll get rid of this. Despite pressure from the federal government Friday, it said it would not increase the price of premium motor spirits, that's PMS or petrol, in June 2021 in order not to disrupt ongoing engagement with Labour. The Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, had in their virtual meeting Wednesday considered the report of a committee headed by Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai and accepted its recommendation backing full deregulation of petrol price, which has been rising due mainly to the relatively high price of crude oil in the global market. The forum, which puts the pump price of the product at 385 naira per litre, had also recommended that the federal government should buy 113 buses to cushion the effect of the price increase. So apparently, the NGF is putting the price of petrol at about between 380 naira, I think, and 400 something. I think 408 naira 5 copper per litre. Is this the best move for the country? Just go ahead, full scale deregulate it. Maybe Nigerians will get over it eventually. At least maybe under recovery or subsidy or whatever other funny name it's given to it will finally end. We'll look at that in the 4 o'clock hour after the business news. That takes us to 5. We've got the news updates coming up. And after that, well, NCC wants more data. Yeah, well, I mean, you would think that NCC has got all the data it could possibly need, but the NCC is not done yet. The NCC wants even more data. Absolutely. So, Nigerians to submit phone IDs in 3 months, says the NCC. The Nigeria Communications Commission has said Nigerians will have to submit the international mobile equipment identity of their phones to it from July. The regulatory body said this in the Commission's revised National Identity Policy for SIM card registration. The NCC's move to start the implementation of the device management system, a centralized equipment identity register, is backed by the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. A portion of the policy said, quote, accordingly, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari has directed that the device management system should be implemented within 3 months. So more on that later on, but you know, the reasons given for this, it's mainly about security, I do imagine. Maybe I should read that portion, I suppose. Now, the NGC said, quote, with the aim to curtail the counterfeit mobile phone market, discourage mobile phone theft, enhance national security, protect consumer interest, increase revenue generation for the government, reduce the rate of kidnapping, mitigate the use of stolen phones for crime, and facilitate blocking or tracing of stolen mobile phones and other smart devices. One of the means to achieve this is through the development of device management system. Yeah, so will this make you feel safer? You know, what do you make of the NCC's latest demand for fresh data? I think we're still not done with the NIN situation, the National Identification Number, and linking it with mobile phones or SIMs precisely. And NCC needs even more data right now. So we'll look at that later on as well. You know, does this make you? Will this make you feel safer? I'll get to take a note on the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6, and open season afterwards till about 7, when the show comes to an end. The sports gang will be in for extra time. So that's it for the show today. If anything changes, you will find out. Do please stay tuned. Now we get on with the conversation with today's side comment. A reminder: random stories, random thoughts, which are not up for discussion at this time. Let's start with this one. From our news earlier on, the Rivers State Police Command says it will not allow its men to suffer untold hardship in the line of duty. Commissioner of Police in the state, Friday Eboka, aka the versatile CP, said this when he led members of his management team to visit Emehuru Onuchukwu, the hospitalized policeman who survived the attack on Elingbu police station 2 weeks ago. Let's hear what the CP-ness, the versatile CP-ness, had to say about this situation.
The way the thing happened to us, we lost many people and we're not happy. We are doing everything possible to make sure they were arrested. I can let you know that we have some of them touched now. Some are even dead. That was more important. Now we have time to come and attend to our policemen who are in the hospital, and we are not stopping. We'll still be coming from time to time. Police has insurance to do that. What we are doing now is just from our own. We have to fill the forms. We have the insurance policy. Insurance will take care of that.
Your versatile CP-ness, it's quite interesting that it took you over a week. It took you over a week. From the accounts that we heard, your boys, your children, just more or less dumped Sergeant Emehuru Onuchukwu at the hospital. He was dumped there late at night. He received no treatment until his brother got there later that morning. Remarkable stuff, you know. I don't think you need to fill insurance forms, your honorable CP-ness. I don't think you need to fill insurance forms for a police officer who's been shot to at least receive treatment in a hospital. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I suspect seriously that may not be the case in actual fact. And also, eventually the family got there and they had to make payment. They had to make payment. And they have been making payments for over a week. And no official, nothing, no official visitation, nothing official from the Nigeria Police Force Rivers State Command to help this officer of yours, one of your boys, one of your children. Nothing. Absolute nothing. And then we had an interview. It took an interview on Nigeria Info with the brother and the wife to prompt, allegedly, supposedly, reportedly, to prompt your CP-ness and the Rivers State Police Command to go visit one of your own that was shot. Remarkable stuff indeed. Absolutely remarkable. And then yes, and then we were told that you dropped something, in envelope. All of you contributed money to drop something. Well, that's good, I suppose. Dropping something is good. But we're also told that you informed the CMD that, or you informed the families whether the police would take charge of the medical bills and his treatment. But even that same day, after you left the hospital, they still gave them tell her to go buy drugs. This is interesting. This is very interesting. And by the way, even after when on the conversation yesterday, reportedly, supposedly, some security persons, police officers, presumably, called in on the show, and they said they are certain that your visit there and the something that you dropped is where it's going to end, and nothing else will happen afterwards. But we will keep asking the family. We'll keep asking the family if the something that you dropped is where it all ends, because your Honorable CP, this matters beyond dropping something. This is not a dropping something situation. The family needs whatever that's prescribed that should come to them. The officer needs to be taken care of. His treatment needs to be given priority. Payments need to be made. The family needs to be catered for as well. This is not a case of drop something. It's not about dropping something. So to keep the morale of the boys, let's treat them properly. Especially in a case where an officer was shot in the line. He was shot, for crying out loud. Let's not just drop something. CP Eboka Friday. Let's not just drop something. And also, the family of the young man Daniel Kiaguchi, known as Slick, who was killed by a police officer in Port Harcourt last year, says the police have not paid the 50 million naira compensation ordered by the court. The family's lawyer, Noble Njoku, told our correspondent that they got no response from the letters written to the Commissioner of Police through the police PRO. Let's hear what Barrister Njoku had to say about this development.
I wrote a formal demand letter to the Commissioner of Police through the OC Legal. I arranged to meet with the Commissioner of Police through the PPR. They have not paid anything. I also sent a letter directly to the IG, Inspector General of Police. I have been ignored. The family has been ignored. None of these things have mattered to them at all. We don't know what else to do. Do we carry arms? No. I have since reminded them. I have since called over and over again and said there is no response whatsoever.
CP Eboka Friday. The courts, pardon me, it's no longer alleged. It's now determined by a court of law that your boys illegally, unlawfully killed Slick. So the court says you pay the family 50 million naira. CP Eboka Friday, pay them because your boys killed him. They are your men. We have confirmed that now that they are your men, and they did this unlawfully. So pay the family the 50 million naira that the court asked you to give to them. And by the way, I believe I did interview the lawyer at that time. I believe I did actually. So that's Noble Njoku. So Barrister Noble Njoku, I hope he's listening. If it's anyone who knows him, do please inform me. Please get in touch with me. I think I may have lost the contact. So we can have a conversation on this development. Thank you very much. And also very important, Your Excellency, the River State Governor, Barrister Ezebunwo Yeso Wike, Mr. Project, POS Africa, please look into the case of Emehuru Onuchuku, the sergeant who survived the attack that was shot. Your Excellency has done well by giving the families of slain security officials 20 million naira each, so that nobody gets the idea that the government will prefer that this officer had died so that his own family too will get 20 million. We thank God that he's alive and he will not die. So, Your Excellency, you can also extend, this largesse to him as well, even though he didn't die. Because I don't know if, he shouldn't have died, should he? I mean, he doesn't have to die for his family to get 20 million naira, for crying out loud. So, Your Excellency, if we could give the ones who died, give their families 20 million naira, let's look into the officer who did not die. Because I don't think death should be the criteria for receiving 20. He was shot also, or at least he came close to dying. That should count for something. He came very close to dying. So if death equals 20 million, close to death should equal something also. I don't know, maybe 15 million, maybe 19.5 million, even if it's 10 million. You know, I don't know, something. Anything, Your Excellency, anything will do at this time. Anything. Oh, a lot about the police. Also, the husband of a female police sergeant, Lavenda Lekwachi, who was shot dead by her colleague attached to a task force in Eneka, Port Harcourt over a year ago, says is yet to receive any help from the Rivers State Police Command and the state government. Chimeze Victor told Nigeria Info that he's written twice to the state government, but got no response. Let's hear what he said.
The dead woman was there at the Bungo mortuary for about 1 year. So I thought twice. I just went to borrow money to bury her. Till now, I'm managing my child. The son she left for me, paying for school fees and everything. Because the family members wrote to the government twice through our lawyer, and nothing was done.
CP Ebuka Friday, once again, one of your boys shot one of your officers also. One of your boys was the one that shot her. So look into that for the family also. You know, and whatever it is that's appropriate and needs to be done. Not drop. Please do not drop something for them. CP Ebuka Friday. Please don't drop something. Whatever it is that they're supposed to get lawfully. Something I believe maybe, I don't know. Whatever it is that's prescribed in the rule book, in the police rule book, please endeavor to ensure the family gets it. If you want to drop something also, well, I guess that may not be a totally bad idea to drop something. And that, to His Excellency as well, the governor, it was one of your task force, even though not necessarily an officer attached to one of your task forces. In actual fact, she also died in the line of duty based on the activities of one of your task force. So Your Excellency might want to look into giving 20 million to this family also. After all, she also died in the line of duty. And your task force, by the way, was very much connected to the unfortunate incident. All right. Report says Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau has died after surrendering to Islamic State West Africa province ISWAP fighters. He was said to have blown himself up on Wednesday after his base in the Sambisa forest in Borno State was raided by ISWAP insurgents. An online platform, Humango, reported that Shekau was tracked to his stronghold and his bodyguards were engaged in a gun battle before Boko Haram leader was captured and surrendered. Well, I'm not sure if it's a good thing that Shekau reportedly is injured or is dead or captured, whatever the case is, because ISWAP is the one responsible for this. And ISWAP, I don't know, they might be worse than Boko Haram, you know. But the question comes to mind, I mean, if ISWAP could get Shekau, I wonder why our security forces have been unable to do that. It's just a question that popped into my head, really. You know, one of those random questions that just keeps popping up in my head every now and then. So much on the news earlier on today. Yeah, and Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade has dumped the PDP for the APC. Yeah. His Excellency announced his decision on Thursday morning after a closed-door meeting with 6 APC governors and members of the National Assembly who visited him at Government House in Calabar. Let's hear what His Excellency, the governor, had to say about his defection to the APC. Yeah, I think it's something about rescuing his people or something like that. Yeah, so well, let's hear him.
Having seen the progress attained so far, having seen the certain tension occasioned by the increasing social media manipulation hit a level of despair. Having recognized the challenges of our youth and the issues of unemployment and the associated challenges therefore, it's my responsibility as the leader of the party in Cross River State, as the leader of the people in Cross River State, to do all I can to assist Mr. President succeed. I therefore, on behalf of the entire people of Cross River State, that Cross River State is today formally declared as an APC state.
Yes, he did it for his people. He did it for the people of Cross River State. It's all about the people. He's carrying the people along. You know, the governor was thinking about his people. Oh, his people. Remember the other time he was crying? Oh, if only. Oh. It must have been one of those moments of shedding tears that he suddenly thought, oh, for my people, if only the things I can't do for my people, the things he could not do for his people. He decided to move to APC so he can do those things for his people. Oh, his people. Oh. Anyways. So congratulations to the good people of Cross River State. His Excellency has finally carried them along, or something like that. All right, so I think that's going to be for side comments. CP Eboka Friday, what's going on with the investigation of your crackhead boys that collected money from Uniport undergraduate student, and also your boys did it again. I think the anti-kidnapping unit allegedly collected 200,000 naira illegally from someone else recently. Your boys have done it again. So the good people of River State are expecting the results and outcomes of this investigation and the punishment to be meted out to these children of yours, this rascal children of yours who just go about stealing from people and embarrassing everybody all over the place. All right, so that's it. Your Excellency, finally, in my capacity as a self-appointed senior special assistant, reminding you of critical matters, education, Your Excellency. We need to do something about that. All of those boys who are out there on the road, on the streets, forcefully cleaning people's windshields are constituting a menace to society. They are the future cultists. They are the future ballabog snatchers. They are the future boys who are going to be causing mayhem in society. Let's address them now. Let's do something about it. Let's get them in schools. But we can't get them in schools if we're lacking at least 10,000 teachers, if we don't have enough infrastructure, if we don't have roofs or ceilings or windows or bathrooms in our schools, if we don't have teachers. Let's fix that. Education is the best policy. Quick break, I return. Discussion continues. Please stay with us.
Information is a two-way thing. Nigeria Info, it's your turn. Let's talk.
Connect with your customers. Advertise on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Visit our downtown office at Shop 9, Mediatrix of All Gracies Plaza, opposite FIRS, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt, and book your commercials. Call 0817-001-8162. That is 0817-001-8162.
Just to keep you informed.
News, weather. I get my information top of the hour every hour.
92.3 Nigeria Info. And now, Hard Facts. Hard Facts with Dio.
Okay, Mark, 22 minutes to go before 4 p.m. and no rant. I'm sure you know that by now. Until the students of Greenfield University are released and reunited with their loved ones. Well, the Greenfield University kidnapping took place on 20 April 2021. Yesterday made it a full month. I believe. At least 23 students and staff were kidnapped in Kasarami village, Chikun LGA, Kaduna State, Nigeria, during an attack by suspected armed bandits at Greenfield University. Nigeria's fourth kidnapping from an academic institution in 2021, the fifth since December 2020, coming 5 weeks and 6 days after the Afaka kidnapping, in which 39 students were abducted. 5 of them were killed. One released after reportedly the parents negotiated privately with the kidnappers. The parents have so far reportedly handed over about 60 million naira to the abductors. They are now demanding 100 million naira before the remaining 16 students are going to be released. And there's been, for quite a considerable amount of time now, there's been no official word or statement from government or any government agency. Sheikh Gumi appears to know more than most people these days as far as this matter is concerned. Your take on this development? The lines are open. 0817 93 0002 or 0003. 0817 93 0007 or 0009. WhatsApp is on 0829 030 6416. We are live on Twitter at Nigerian for PH. I presume live on Facebook as well. .com/Nigeria Info PH. All right, so any thoughts on the situation with the Greenfield University students? Let's hear it. Once again, numbers are 0817 93 0002 or 0003. Also, that's 0817 93 0007 or 0009. Those are the numbers to call. I can take your comment as well via Facebook. Can I do that via Facebook? I think I can. Oh, yes, I can, actually. Download Peter goes, Nigeria. Nothing we will not do here. Anyway, we pray for their release. Pray Lazarus goes, it's not new, just a matter of time. All right, Justice, good afternoon to you as well. Also, you can join via Twitter as well. Remember to follow us on Twitter and like our Facebook page while you're there. Got a caller right now. Hello, you're welcome. 973.
Nigerian Info.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead. Please.
Nigerian Info.
Please, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I think this Greenfield issue is becoming monotonous on radio, and yet the government has still nothing to do to ameliorate the situation. I believe that the government is insensitive over it, and that if the government is not insensitive, they would have done something by now. Sometimes, you see, when situations get worse, people begin to think otherwise. I may not blame those who feel that the reason why the children are held up is because the school is owned by a sultanate. I am not holding that view, but I believe that people are getting tired. They're out of imagination. You see, so the people can reason anything. So why should government not give it the best thoughts and take the best action in this situation?
You know, I understand that, you know, imaginations may tend to run wild and run riot when you perceive that government isn't doing the right thing or isn't being active or proactive in dealing with the matter. But I personally, and I've expressed this already, have a very big problem with us explaining away every situation through the lens of North versus South. I don't think, I mean, you have lots of Northerners who are being kidnapped, who are being killed every day. Are they being killed or kidnapped because they are Southerners? No, they're Northerners. They're being kidnapped and killed every day.
Yes, I agree with you. So what should be the situation now? Should the government be sitting and waiting while children and their parents are suffering every day? So I think people should appeal to the president himself or the governor of that state, because what they are asking for is not exorbitant to a government, 100,000 million naira, where the parents have been able to raise 60 million. I think the parents have tried. So they should do something about it.
But if government pays 100 million, what stops another bandit group or the same bandit group from kidnapping another set of students and demanding their own 100 million naira also?
I beg your pardon?
If the government pays up, what stops the same group or another bandit group from kidnapping another set of students and demanding another 100 million?
You see, that will not be the end of the strategy to fight this Boko Haram or whatever kidnappers or whatever people. To wrest these children out of their hands and then take appropriate steps of get rid of these things. I believe in other places or in other clients, that should be the action they will take. Pamper them, get the children out of their hands, and then take appropriate steps.
All right, what do you have for me? Via Facebook, Agu Ejim goes, Di, good evening. Please bring back hashtag rant in your show as we continue to discuss the kidnapped students. The beauty of hashtag hard facts is the rant you do. No, it's not actually. Right, I do appreciate that you possibly enjoy that part of the show, but this is the beauty of everything that we do. This is it, it's not just about, it shouldn't just be about sensationalism, about what you consider to be interesting stories or interesting discussions. No, it's about the things that really matter. And the kidnapped Greenfield students, they really do matter. And I think it's important that we remember them every single day. That we remember them, that we are constantly reminded of the impact or the effect of our decisions as citizens. It's important that we are reminded every day as to the effect of the choices that we make. Decisions to vote, for example, or decisions to not vote, or decisions to vote structure and ungrantness. It's important that we are constantly reminded. So you're thinking, if it could happen to Greenfield University students, it could happen to you. It could happen to your children. And it doesn't matter if they're in the north or in the south. It could happen to your children also. Because a lot of the problems that we're dealing with in the country, no doubt, is due to bad governance. It's as simple as that. So we will keep on having this conversation, and I am definitely determined to keep up the conversation for as long as is necessary. As long as the students remain in the kidnappers' den, the rant remains suspended. Once again, join the conversation if you will. Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH also. Via Twitter at Kelvin reached 244 tweets. The Greenfield students must be passing through hell now. I pray for the innocent souls. Federal government is busy chasing NIN, BVN, now IMEI. Nigeria is still bleeding. I believe next time they will ask us to declare our contact list. That's Kelvin Okonwa. All right, Kelvin. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Dayo.
All right, go on.
Yeah, I'm from Abba.
Go ahead, please.
I think mine is very simple. I don't really think government should pay the ransom to this.
Okay.
But it doesn't also seem that the government is doing anything about it. Because just like we've interpreted here or said earlier, if you pay these people, they will use that money as something that energizes them or gives them zeal to go on doing what we see them do today. So I feel like if government should get up from their slumber and try and at least let it be seen that government really did something, at least to discourage this kind of trade in this country. But what we see is government seems to I think I'm looking for the word to describe how government seems to confront the people that are linked to them. But the ordinary masses, they will just face them with whatever thing they have on them. For me, I think they should not pay the ransom. So I fear for their lives of those.
So what happens? So what happens to the children then, to the students?
That's my problem. I'm telling you.
It is a conundrum, no doubt. It definitely does pose some complex situation. But one thing is this: whatever choices that government makes, the safety of those students and their release must be a priority, must be top priority. Hello, Hard Factor, welcome. Hi, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, Dayo.
Hello, go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Chima. I'm still telling how bereaved our how they are bereaved of intelligence to be able to identify where these people are, to go after them and see how to rescue these boys. Honestly, I mean, the intelligence only when people gather that want to express their displeasure over a matter before they will be able to have intelligence. This is the time for them to gather intelligence to be able to find these people. You understand? Or let them pay money. Because I know the topic. The last time I watched on Channel TV, when one of the little girl whose mother is among the students that was kidnapped, she was crying, she was weeping profusely that she needed to see her mother. Honestly, I was touched. So I think something has to be done immediately. Let them pay money. This money is not enough. Since we are bereaved of intelligence to identify where these people are, to rescue these, let them pay this money.
All right. Abraham from Azuba, good day, you're welcome.
Yeah, Dario, good afternoon.
Go ahead.
You see, this issue, we can't say it's been overflowed because as long as the situation persists, people just have to keep talking. People, we forget in a hurry in Nigeria. We just want to talk this one, it trends and go, let's talk another one. Have we forgotten? If what you are doing now, Dayo, was probably done in most of the radio stations around Nigeria concerning Leah Sharibu, I feel I'm somehow persuaded that by now Leah Sharibu would have been out. But because it trended and we ended with it and move on to the next drama, because Nigeria is a nation of dramas. Our so-called leaders appear to be comedians and actors. They just keep giving us something new every day. And we talk. After talking, that day is over. We move on. So somebody say, no, don't talk. It's monotonous. It's not. Are you aware, Dayo? As we speak today, 20 children allegedly at Malada Islamic School have been abducted. Are you aware?
No,
and so, if we say don't pay ransom, what is the solution? If the government say don't pay ransom or we will not pay ransom, what is the government doing about the situation? They can't just go to their various government houses and relax in that cozy AC rooms and feel less concerned about the plight of the people. And then we just say, don't pay ransom, don't pay ransom. Please, let us not preach that kind of gospel here. Until the government becomes decisive and intentional about security of the lives and property of the people. Before we can start Hello, Dayo?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Before we can now start talking about whether we should pay ransom or not pay ransom. For goodness sake, look at the kind of conversation we have been having for the past 3 days. Shakau has been killed, has been wounded, has been this. By who? By ISWAP. If ISWAP could go to Sambisa Forest, trace the hideout of Shakau and his men, cordon off where they were, and then, fought Shakau, and whether they say kill or wounded or whatever, why is it difficult for our security men to do that?
Abraham, great to hear from you indeed. But I must move on. I've got Uche from whoever was on the line, but Uche's gone. Uche, sorry about that. I'd say via WhatsApp, the government's not doing enough to release the students. I pray it doesn't turn out to be the case of Chibok girls. Damn it, Erica Sima said that. Adedayo, let's keep on praying for the release and hope one day that the state and federal government will do the needful by getting them released and united with their loved ones. I think Uche is back. Uche, you're welcome. Go
Hello,
ahead.
Dayo.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hi, go ahead.
Well done, Dayo. The decision you took is a good one that you will not run until the children are released. I remember a lot of things that have happened before. Before you know it, we go on with our lives and we forget. So it's a very good one. Now, talking about the children that were kidnapped, it's very unfortunate. I don't see that the federal government or even the state government is doing anything about that. For example, during elections, you will hear 17,000 personnel, policemen and army, whatever, DSS, either 15,000, 20,000 going to one state. Why is it that we cannot send 20,000 personnel to Kaduna State and fish out where these children are? They have already killed 5. Maybe they will kill more. The parents are angry. They are not doing anything about that. It's too bad. It's just that the government officials we have, they are very mean and heartless. They don't really care for the masses, honestly. If they care, they would have done something. Probably by the time these children will be released on the violation of the kidnappers, what you hear the governor say, they have found out where they were. They were supposed to send people there because of collateral damage or whatever. That's what you hear. I believe the kidnappers will release them when they want. I pray they will release them.
We all press out, we all press out. Great to hear from you as well. Via Twitter at 1B for Barrett with diametic in this kidnapped students case is why people not calling for the removal of the service chiefs at this period of increase in insecurities and kidnappings. Well, I think Nigerians are. I don't think anyone's going to call for the removal of service chiefs now because it's. I think it's proven obvious that removal of service chiefs or changing service chiefs is not a solution. It's changed nothing. Recently, we had the service chiefs all changed. Has that improved the situation? No. In spite of the marching orders issued by Mr. President and several other orders, what's changed really? So, Bifi Barra, are you confident that if we change the already changed or the recently changed service chiefs, that the situation is going to get better? I'm not sure. I think so. Kelly Rekasima, to which the government is handling this whole issue with kid gloves. No doubt it is disturbing, really. Adedayo baffles me via WhatsApp on the kind of news I hear in Nigeria. I mean, how the family of the affected students were able to negotiate with the bandits without the security agencies having nothing to figure out remains a mystery to me. That's Bright from Port Harcourt. Dio, it's a pity for this to have happened. We have a state government, National Assembly, federal government. None is saying anything. We are in trouble in this country. Governor Rufai will not do anything. He's a de facto president. May God save Nigeria. F. Young from Rumulumini sent that in. Anyways, please pray for the Greenfield University students, and let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that they are released soon and reunited with their family, friends, and loved ones. Think about it. It could be your children. And everything right now is happening in this country, one way or another, is the consequence of choices that we all have made. Hopefully we can make better choices going forward. Break, the business news comes up top of the hour, 4 p.m. And when I return, we'll dive into some other matter. What's that matter again? Anyways, we'll dive into some other matter. And I think it's about, the Governors Forum wants price of petrol to go up to maybe possibly 480 naira. Your thoughts on that when I return? Please stay with us.
keeping up with political issues and developments around you, only on Nigeria Info.
Are you running late and can't make it down to our Rumorsi office to book your commercials? Don't worry, because you can take advantage of our marketing office inside Port Harcourt to book your commercials. It is located at Shop 9 Mediatrix of All Graces Plaza, opposite FIRS Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817 001 81